evening and welcome to Martinique Manor. I'm Lady Martinique and this is the gorgeous Pepper Spray. And we're here tonight to just, have a little bit of a chat, speak some tea, tell the tea, have you got your teacups at the ready? We've got ours.
Yes.
Mine's got Bucks Fizz this week. What are you drinking this week?
Yes, I'm back on rhubarb fruit tea. With gin.
We like that. We like that a lot. So we have got... Let's see. Karen Jarman's here.
Hi, Karen.
We've got Ruth Francis. Hey, Ruth. How are you?
Hey, Ruth.
Smashing, darling. Anita, as always. Never disappoints. She's here.
It's lovely to see Anita.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Hope your whole clan is with you. The lovely Linda Higgins. She was our mystery guest from last week, remember?
Oh, yes.
Still hasn't told us who she is or where she's from. Oh, dear. And, sorry, I had a hair attached to my lip. Into my lippy. Heidi. Hey, Heidi. How are you? Liz is here, obviously for you, Pepper. There we go, see? Only for you. Not for me. That's all right. I know where you are, Liz. Yes, teacup. Absolutely. Woo-hoo! We want to see photos. So send your pics of you and your teacup to our Tenor Ladies at Large message service. Tenor Ladies at Large. We'll get our PA to bring them through to us. Wendy Cramp is here.
Oh, hi, Wendy.
The lovely Janice MacDonald.
Janice.
Looking lovely, ladies. Lisa said, hey, Lisa.
Thank you, Lisa.
Do you know, she bought Lady Martinique this orchid yesterday. One does love an orchid, dear. It's always good to have orchids. I like a little bit of Oriental, don't you?
Bit of Asian.
Little bit of Asian. Never went bad. Never went wrong with an Asian. Language, of course. Hiya, lovely ladies. Gin and rhubarb. Yes.
Yes, it's wonderful. You should try it.
We've got. Oh, she's even misspelling me now. Martinique. It's Martinique.
Is it like meringue?
With a Q-U-E, darling. Oh my God.
Well, you are full of air sometimes.
I was.
A bit crusty.
I beg your pardon, you cheeky bitch. Not even 5 minutes into the broadcast, boys and girls, and she's already having a go at me. What kind of PA is she? Good Lord. Linda Higgins. Oh, Gillingham Dorset. Hello, Gillingham Dorset. We like Gillingham. There we go, Linda. See? You're feeling more and more part of the family already. Come here, Bella. Come.
Tallulah Bell is getting all excited.
Tallulah Bell wants to say hello.
She knows there's birthdays out there. She can sense them.
Yeah, we'll do the birthdays in a bit. Right, we'll do the... No. We'll do the birthdays in a bit. Oh, I'm going to have to get the dog trainer around again. Can't be dealing with this. He is, actually. Caesar Milan. We'll have to just make sure he's available. Loving the hairdo. Thank you. It's just attacking my lipstick, though. Evening, ladies. Hello, Ian.
Oh,
that's the Mohawk boy that's friends with Kat. Oh, I remember.
She's not stopped thinking about it.
Was all dressed up and taken off all the war paint. Why? Send us a photo. Send us a photo, Ruth. We'd love to check out your drag. Love the eyelashes. What eyelashes? These are natural. Yours are natural. Whose eyelashes, Linda? How do you like them?
Tallulah Bella's.
Tallulah Bell. Oh. Hi, lovely girls. Here with my girlfriends enjoying your company. Love you lots with a few cups of tea and bubbles. Love you, It's a pleasure. Now, she's my personal jeweler, don't you know? She runs Victoria Martin Lewis Jewelry. She does bespoke items only for the best people. So if you don't have jewelry from her, why not? If you don't have jewelry from her, why not? And she was having this lovely, lovely, lovely 3-day event at her bespoke studios this weekend. Yes. Pepper's my favourite. Of course she is. Moving on.
You're my favourite too, Liz.
Eyelashes are fab. Want some, Martinique? Well, this is a 4-stack, darling. It's 4 pairs of lashes put together. Naturally, of course. But it retails as 4 different pairs of lashes. Put it that way.
But yours is genetic.
Mine are genetic. They used mine to make the mould, really. Yes.
Yeah.
They had to take some DNA swabs and they had to... I'm talking absolute bullshit, aren't I? Right. Moving
I don't think they realise.
Oh, haven't they? Okay. You go, babe, and looking fabulous girls. Well, that's the end of our first stream of messengers. Only 400,000 messages. Did you know, Pepper, that last week's broadcast has been seen by 1,900 people and counting? The week before that, we had 1,000. And week on week, we're actually just growing and growing and growing. And it's so lovely. It's through the support and love of all our favorite people. That would be you. All our favorite people attending week on week. And if you can't catch it live, you can certainly catch it on catch up. Just like all the best
Tell
shows.
all your friends too. The more the merrier.
Tell your enemies. We don't give a fuck.
Yes,
Tell everybody.
yes.
They can all come along and play along. Now, Pepper, tonight we have absolutely 0 guests at the Manor. So we're going to have to entertain ourselves. Not with battery-operated toys, though, dear, because, you know, it's a family show. Well, gay family, I suppose. But we are going to have to entertain ourselves this evening, and that's quite all right.
I'm sure there's many people out there that would absolutely love to be interviewed by us.
Yes, or to interview us.
Yes.
Love you too, Pepper.
Love you, Ruth.
Everybody loves bloody Pepper.
Yes. And my Instagram shot right through the roof.
Did it now? Lovely. I don't know if my lashes are going to stay on for 2 hours, but hey!
It's natural.
So, if you have questions for the two of us,
they fall off.
Please send your question in, but direct it to whomever you wish to ask the question. And what we will do is the other person will ask the question on your behalf. So if you have a question for Lady Martinique, type Lady M and your question, and then Pepper will read out the question to me as if she's interviewing on your behalf. And vice versa. And vice versa. Okay? So that's what's going to happen in our Q&A session, which we're going to have in a little bit. We've also got our famous Hardy watch. Oh, moist already. And we've got some Q&A, other questions to ask, and a little bit of a chat. Now, a lot of you have sent in messages to us privately saying that you were thrilled to hear about Pepper's progression into drag and how she came about doing her drag, etc. So we also thought we could use some of the time this evening to actually sort of chat to each other about our drag again, myself and Pepper, here in our Manor. We're in the drawing room, as you can see, at the Manor. Green screen arrived this week. Isn't it lovely to have an instant drawing room? It's not
a green screen.
Oh.
This is actually the lounge.
Is this actually our lounge?
Yes.
I don't recognise any of that furniture, dear.
You should do. It's from the antique shop down the road.
Antique shop?
Yeah, Oxfam.
Oxfam?
Yes.
I don't know.
Either that, or we've escaped and sat in somebody else's house.
Well, that's quite possible, isn't it?
Well, who knows where you wake up sometime. All these glorious parties you keep going to.
No comment.
Oh, Ruth's got a question for us.
Right, let's pop that question up.
So, how long does it take you to get ready, Lady?
Well, we get ready together, first of all, as you know. Pepper, well, let's chat about our process, actually. That might be interesting. So, Pepper usually arrives here between 3 and 3:30 on a Saturday afternoon. And Pepper and I then begin by having basically a production meeting. We discuss cup of tea and biscuits, absolutely, but we discuss guests for that particular evening. Unfortunately, our guests had to cancel on us for this evening, which is out of our control. But so we have a production meeting. We also chat about future weeks and week on week what's happening. So we know
surprises for you guys.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we have that meeting until probably about 4, 4:30, by which time Andrew has usually made dinner for us, or we've ordered dinner or whatever, because we like to eat together. And then we'll do that. And then probably just before 5 o'clock, 5:30 at the latest, Pepper will start plugging in all her lights, etc., to do her transformation, and I will then go and actually shave and shower. So probably about 5:30. So that I start my face at 6. Pepper starts her face ever so slightly earlier, purely because she doesn't have to shave and shower here, and she doesn't have facial hair. And then we get ready. Pepper's usually ready before me because she starts before me, but also because I faff around. And I finished this evening at 8:04, which is why we started late. So the short version of the answer to your question, Ruth, is that it basically takes me from 6 till 8 to get ready. We are shortening that time. We're learning tricks of the trade. We're only what, 6 weeks in this week, and already to go from having maybe 200-300 viewers in the first week to now having 1,900 viewers for last week is phenomenal. It's growing week on week.
I mean, even when you consider the fact that literally a few days before our first show was the first time that we'd actually put drag makeup on.
Yes, that we'd actually done transformative work.
It's kind of, we do this once a week for you guys.
Yeah, we don't practice.
Fans.
We don't practice in between. We kind of like come in on Saturday, and that's the other thing. Pepper will usually say, "Well, she's wearing this," and then I'll say, "Right, well then I'll go and choose an outfit." So Ruth did ask a question earlier on this evening before we started, and her question was, "Were we going to have our backstage this evening?" So we're selling backstage tickets to get ready with us, and we don't mean to watch us get dressed. What we mean is help me choose an outfit. Maybe have a bit of a say in what colors we put on our face, and chat to us live via Zoom though. So it's a video chat live, and you can ask questions to us and chat with us as if you're in the room while we're getting ready. And so we are selling tickets for those. We will be selling tickets from next week. But that was something that Ruth was asking this week, if we were actually going to be doing the backstage live. And to answer your question, Ruth, the reason I said no this week is that I haven't actually been feeling incredibly well of body.
Menopause.
It's called a power surge, okay? My men are on pause. Wouldn't you be upset if your men were on pause?
My men are never on pause.
We heard. We saw it in the toilet cubicle. What's this here? Oh, another Lady M question. Lady, you need to ask.
So, Lady M, would you chat to the baby drag I told you about next weekend on your show?
Do you mean live on the show?
As a guest?
As a guest, if so, quite possibly. What we would probably prefer to do, Anita, and feel free to jump in, we would probably want to chat to them privately first, because they might not want to be live on screen with thousands of people watching them. So maybe a pre-chat might work.
A Zoom meeting or something.
Yes, and if they want to do that, that's fine. We'd love to do that.
And the same for anyone that's watching the show.
Yeah.
If you want to come on as a guest, a musical artist, then by all means get in touch with.
Or if you do hair, makeup, wardrobe, anything like that, anything that can be used for theatrics, jewelry, Victoria's jewelry.
Makeup.
So if you want to do any of that stuff, want to be a guest, then why not? Why not? Have a chat with us. Maybe
everyone's welcome.
Maybe buy a backstage pass. It's £5 for the week. You get from 6 o'clock. We go live till 8, and then you'll be part of the live show anyway. And then afterwards, we do a D-drag and take our makeup off and chat about the show. So it's almost like you've got a VIP pass, I suppose, a backstage pass to be with us. This new wig and me are not friends because the little hairs are flying everywhere. Okay, so yes, Anita. My girlfriends are
I think that's
loving you too. Well, it's because she's on the juice, see? My girlfriends are loving you too, making me emotional, talking about our lovely connection and friendship, Lady Martinique. We'll go with that. You really are a beautiful petal, and it's a joy discovering Miss Pepper. She's a buxom beauty. Those are real, honey. Them puppies are real. Mine are not. Mine are heavy, but not real. Thank you, Victoria. It's lovely to have you with us. Perhaps you'd like to be on our show as a bespoke jewelry creator.
Oh, Ruth's being cryptic again.
How do you feel our drag? How do we feel in drag, maybe? How do we feel in drag?
Fantastic.
This is like a puzzle. We get to decipher Ruth's message. How do we feel in drag? I feel empowered. We spoke about that the other day.
Yes.
It's very empowering. It's very liberating as well. And when you get to a certain point in the makeup, and when you get your backstage pass, you'll see that. For me, it's when I put my lip on. For you, it's probably after your eyes are done.
Yes.
You kind of change into Pepper then.
Yeah.
More so.
Yeah. I mean, certainly tonight for me was one of those wonderful experiences. I was putting my foundation on, putting my contour on, and actually managed to get my nose the sharpest it's ever been. And was kind of like, oh my God, look, look, look. So obviously now it's covered in everything else. So.
True story. But for me, it's lip. So my lashes go on last. So when I put my lip on, and most of the cup has taken my lip already, but when I put my lip on, that's when I kind of feel less like himself and more like herself. More like her ladyship. Oh, I like that. Less like himself, more like herself. We should copyright that.
Turn it into a badge.
Into a what?
Badge.
Badges! Yes, so we're going to start handing out badges to good boys and girls. We have our own merch badges, little tiny pin badges that you can start collecting because we make them ourselves, first of all. Well, we have a department that makes them.
Yes. You make Martin do them, don't you?
I make Martin do them. Cheeky bitch thinks he owns the place. So he does them, and then we are going to start distributing them soon. So Chet says sending love. Thank you, Chet. How does drag make you feel? Yeah, we deciphered that. Thanks, Ruth. Hope you feel better. Thank you. I do feel better, actually. I think drag saved my life. Yes. Sending love from Josie. Cheers, darlings. Now, Chet and I used to club together back in the day at a little place called 330 in Durban. Oh, amazing. Put you in touch. Fabulous. We can do that. Okay, so this is a question from your top fan, Liz. Pepper, you're a very sophisticated lady. How do you make it so effortless?
I suppose, in a way, it's probably saying that drag has allowed me to delve into that side of my personality.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
Because there ain't no way you'd find me like this anywhere else.
But there is a certain, I mean, all joking aside, I know we joke around and we are a little bit below the belt, but there is a certain sophistication that comes along with the territory because you are that persona. And there's almost an expectation for us to keep up that persona. And it is an opportunity and a chance to go so far away from who we naturally are day to day. You know, you wouldn't say she was a pole dancer by day, would you?
Pole lifter.
Oh, that was a classy laugh.
No, but I think, as I said, I think that's the thing, is that we've all got so many different facets to our personalities.
Absolutely.
And this is one way that I can bring out this side of my personality, and the same with Lady M, I imagine.
Yes.
That
when she's not fiddling with her hair, yes, absolutely.
But yeah, it's lovely to be able to touch all different sides of a personality without.
I think it's lovely to be uniquely you.
Oh,
if you know what I mean. It's lovely to be uniquely you, and if drag is a part of your life or a concept within your life or a facet. So like we said, for us it's a 1 day a week thing at the moment, but we are looking to develop it into something more when we do our drag cabaret and hopefully do some bookings and go on tour and do all of that kind of thing. And then I suppose we'll step up our drag. RuPaul has a very rude saying that we can't say to do with cats and talking about stepping up your cats, but we can't say step your pussy up, can we?
I don't know. Can we say step your pussy up?
I don't know. Could we say pussy?
I don't know.
Pussy? Obviously cat. Or thereabouts.
Oh, beautiful Fiona's here.
Okay, we'll get there. Oh, there's Fiona here.
Yes, she's joined us.
Fiona, hold on. We're nearly with you. Please press pause. So, Anita said, oh, gosh, I nearly blocked a user. Anita says she wants a next stage weekend back pass. You can get a backstage pass if you go to our page now, to my page, to Lady Martinique. You can buy a backstage pass by going to my page, Lady Martinique, and you can actually book it now. You can book it and pay for it on PayPal now. That is quite possible to do. Ruth says she also wants one. Fiona says, hey, hey, hey. Bella, are you ready for happy birthdays? Now, it's Fiona Flange's birthday tomorrow. She's 24 in reverse. 24 in reverse. And we want to wish you, Fiona, darling, the most amazing day tomorrow. And on Tuesday, Pepper Spray turns 15 in reverse. 15.
Back to school.
She's an absolute teenager. So we're going to sing happy birthday.
Oh, also, it was Heidi's birthday yesterday.
Heidi's birthday. And if anyone else had birthdays, you were supposed to send us... the pins are ready, darling. The pins are here. You were supposed to send us any birthday announcements before this evening. Looking amazing. Oh, she knows how to treat a girl. Fiona, you're just too gorgeous. Hi, Fifi. I don't know if Fiona likes to be called Fifi, but we'll go with that. So, Heidi. Oh, we're going to come back to that question, Heidi. Is it Heidi's birthday? Yes?
It is,
So,
yes.
Fiona, Heidi, and Pepper all celebrating.
Oh, and our friend Kat.
And our friend Kat all celebrating their birthdays. Right, come in your keep. So we're going to sing happy birthday now with Tallulah Bell. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear everybody. Happy birthday to you. All right. There we go. She's earned her keep for one more week. So lovely when your dog is trained. As I say, you know, Caesar Milan comes along and trains her every now and again. We only do the best here, darling. Only the best. So, our next question from Heidi is, do we feel under pressure? Heidi, I think you need to quantify that. Pressure from ourselves, probably, to improve on our drag week on week, I think.
Pressure to make sure that we are getting ready for being on live.
Yes.
Those last minute kind of hiccups where things don't quite go right.
Yes. My lashes wouldn't sit on right tonight, and in fact I'm still battling with them and waiting for one to drop off because they were ready to go, they were set, and then literally I moved something and the lashes flew and landed on the floor across the room. So I had to reset them, and that just threw me out. It threw me for a ball of chalk, which is why we're late, because I was crawling on the floor finding lashes. So pressure, yes, I think mostly from ourselves to perform and to improve on our drag, I suppose, week on week.
Yeah.
And to develop it. And also, you know, you do the first show and 200 to 300 people watch it and you go, oh, well, that's a lot of people. By show number 5, when you got 1,900 people watching, you're like, oh, poo.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
And we don't know who they are.
We don't know who they are. So we don't know how and that's the other thing. We don't know how we're being received by you at all.
Your feedback would be most welcome.
We can read you as in read the comments, not read you as in get you bitch mother. We can read the comments, but we don't get the laughs, and we don't get the audience response, I suppose, that a live audience would give.
Yes. Yeah.
We've only got a very measured reading of what's going on rather than anything else. So we don't. Off you go. Go on. Sorry, guys. It just.
She wants the attention. She wants the camera.
And it's really warm up here, so to have a Jack Russell set on you when you're going through the power surge is a problem. So we don't have the physical audience response, so that's the other pressure. Is like, how are we being received out there? What are people's thoughts? What are people's opinions? We've invited people to contribute. We've invited you to contribute ideas, etc. And we really would appreciate some feedback. So that would be great. But please try and be kind, guys. I mean, this is week 6, okay? This is like a month and a half. And drag's also not cheap. That's the other thing. You know, wigs, makeup, styling, hair,
Yes, time consuming.
All the technology that we've actually purchased since starting this, week on week we've purchased other things, and so the backstage passes will really go towards helping to boost our coffers, and hopefully start to pay us just a little bit of money for what we are loving to do. So you can actually, in fact, let's do that now. You can actually give us tips if you would love to give us a tip. That'd be great, or a donation, however you want to say it. Tips, donations are gratefully appreciated, and you can follow the link just below. Fiona will be 42 tomorrow. Chlamydia is here.
24.
24. Now, Chlamydia is our guest next week. This gorgeous lady is going to be with us next week, chatting about her drag, chatting about her life. She's very graciously agreed to come onto our live chat show, and we can't wait to chat with you, Claire. Really, really excited. So thank you so much for agreeing to come on the show. Oh, they are, Fiona, fierce. I don't know why we're fierce. Are we fierce? Good. On tour in Hastings.
We've been invited to Hastings to do a tour.
Oh, we like it. Fiona's here. Liz is saying we're both absolutely brilliant. Thank you, Liz. I'll take that and frame it. Hardy's was yesterday. I'm just catching up with comments, guys. Fiona, happy. I need the dog to sing as well. The dog's name is Tallulah Bell, and she did sing for you. She sang a solo. Solo, you couldn't hear her.
Yeah.
Plus, we're not getting her to sing again because the neighbours complain. She did sing for you, Fee. But, of course, I'm like 50 comments behind. 21. Oh. Yeah, that Fifi. Oh, she doesn't mind being called Fifi. There we go.
Oh, she's doing a one.
Owl.
One word at a time, Ruth.
She's trying to say how. Oh, gosh, we've got so many. Guys, we've just been inundated with messages. Brilliant. I think that's about the dog. Love it loads. Mental. Okay. Right. Pepper, I thought you said front cat.
Yes. Yes, it's not pussy, it's front cat.
Are you talking about a vajayjay? Oh, right. It's a winky gina and a vajayjay. That's how we speak about it in this house. A vajayjay is your front cat, and a winky gina is what boys have. I have a mangina. Figure it out.
Especially in that dress.
Cheeky bitch. I feel all exposed. They look lovely, Lady M. What looks like? I don't know what looks like. Thank you. Oh, she might be talking about my lashes. Lashes are natural. Absolutely. Janice McDonald. Oh, no.
So I think a lot of them talk to each other.
I think they do.
We get in on their conversations.
I think they do. I think they talk and talk and talk, and then David Park, happy birthday to all you gorgeous peeps. That's from Janice Marbaker in Durban in South Africa. She's just sent a birthday message to all of you. Right, the gorgeous David Parkinson is here. Now David is related to our good friend Fanny Craddock. And David is actually reporting live from the wedding of the year. Our friend Deb Scott got married to Mark Davis today in a very limited wedding, as we know. This country is Miss Henry. Oh gosh. So he said hello. We want to know, David, if you're still around. If we haven't
Fanny's with him.
Fanny is there. Oh, did she get an invite to the reception?
She's probably doing the catering.
She probably is doing the catering. I suppose they're having chicken stuffed. So if David is still here, or Fanny, we don't mind, could you give us a report back? We want to know how the wedding is going. We can't do a video link, guys, because we found out that they actually don't have the ability to do a video link. We actually asked earlier on. We did ask on your behalf if we could have a video link. Right, so Chlamydia, great name. Claire says, I'm looking forward to chatting to you too. And I might even treat you with a song. Oh, Claire, now you're speaking our language. I'm not Lesbitarian, but I might change for a good song. You never know. You never know. This hair of mine is way too much this evening. Okay. Thank you. There we go, Janice. Thanks for that birthday message. We're loving you both, you naughty girls. Us? Naughty? We're absolutely despicable. Never mind naughty. Victoria, why don't you send us a photo right now of all you girls with your teacups? Send us a group pic
Teacups.
and we'll let it go live. Now send it to Tenor Ladies at Large, our message page on Tenor Ladies at Large, and then I can pull it up and we can all have a look-see. Or send it to me privately. You know my link. But send it to Tenor Ladies at Large or to myself. And in fact, anybody that wants to send a photo in of your group, what you're doing this evening, we would love to have you join in with us and have a bit of a look-see. Debs and Mark, we love you. Yes, we do. It's such a pity. We were going to actually do a little live broadcast to their wedding. We we bought the television rights for it.
Yeah, you got your hat and everything.
I got my hat. I know. We love a bit of Angie. We do love a bit of Angie. You know, she's got spunk, that girl. We like her.
Literally.
Teacups down and bottom. Teacups down and bottoms up.
Yes, don't send photos or pictures of your teacups.
Yes, or your bottoms up. We don't want to see your bottoms up.
Oh, how did we meet?
How did we meet? Well,
flashback.
How did Pepper and I meet, or how did our friends Martin and Kat meet? Well, Martin and Kat met through a mutual friend who introduced Kat, and Martin and Kat found that they had a lot of production work, theatre work, film work in common. Also had a spiritual interest as well.
Sense of humour.
Sense of humour, partners, lots of things. And so they found that they just really worked well. And when Martin went to Kat with his idea about pursuing a drag, I'm going to say career, but I mean to say sort of maybe a hobby at first, I suppose, entering into the world of drag, Kat said, me too, let's do it, babe. And so Lady Martinique and Pepper Spray were born. So it's a mutual footing. We joke about it being Martinique Manor, but it really is an offering from the both of us. We both have a say in how things run and what happens, etc., etc. But we met mutually as friends, and then obviously we're actually starting baby drag together and starting our career together. And you know what? I wouldn't do it with anybody else. I wouldn't choose to do it with anybody else because I think we're of a similar age, and kind of. But I mean, we've both been through stuff, and so neither of us is like 19 and with attitude. And if one of us has an issue, we just tell the other one we have an issue. End of story.
Yeah. And we support each other through everything we do. And
yes, absolutely.
It's a sounding board as well.
Yeah. And it's lovely to be on the same level as your comedy partner, drag partner, production partner, because it's not like one of us has been doing it for 20 years and the other one just come in. So there's no hierarchy as such. We both kind of are stumbling through discovering it together, really.
Somebody's just come up with a great idea. I'm going to see if I can find something for you.
Oh, Linda, put a hair slide in, Lady M, one each side. Do you know what I did? I did tuck some of the hair back and then let the rest come forward, but it's literally sticking to my... Oh.
Right, I've got one. I've got a pink one for you.
Right, and she's getting this side. Ta-da!
Woo!
My little sparkly pink...
With your undercut.
My sparkly pink braid. Well, it's from when I was in prison that time, which we're not talking about. I had that undercut still from my prison days when I was a screw in Borstal. Wasn't that the term?
You were screwed in Borstal.
Star or Phillips? Or is that the same thing? It is! Clearly. Bless. Thank you, Heidi. Will you ladies become makeup influencers? If makeup is paint by numbers, in my case, yes. If makeup is something more, no. However, as you know, Anita, I've done 2 actual proper makeup courses in preparation for this. I know you can't tell, but drag makeup is certainly a different kettle of fish to standard makeup.
I do suppose that kind of during our pre-show get-togethers,
it'll be like
we could tell you about the stuff that we're using, because it has been quite an not an ordeal,
steep learning curve.
Yes, to try and work out what makeup works, what doesn't, and kind of try and find something that is affordable and that we can use quite easily. That anyone that is interested in trying out drag, then obviously, you know, the products we buy are all shop bought.
But I will say this, I won't say this for Pepper, I'll say it for myself. Being the age that I am in normal years, I don't want to be using like face paints and stuff. Now, a lot of drag queens do. They use clown white and they use a lot of oil-based pans of paint, I suppose, to create the fantasy looks and stuff, stage makeup. And that's fantastic. And we probably will have to convert ever so slightly when we are underneath lots of stage lights in a theatre. But when we're here at home, we can afford to do a softer face, and certainly with makeup that we are pre-purchasing, but makeup that is actually able to not affect our faces in a bad way. Fabulous. Drag is a fantastic journey. Absolutely. And you never stop learning, do you? You never ever stop learning. So it's always a process and progress. I'm still waiting for these photos to come in. Good Lord, lucky I wasn't holding my breath.
Oh, Ruth asked, she says, you're both lovely and feel safe together. And that's brilliant. And I love that there's no competition.
No, we all know that I win, and that's it.
No, we're both completely bonkers. I think you're right. There is no competition between us, because I've got more fans.
When can we buy merchandise? How soon can we swipe your card? We're thinking, what do you guys think about, you know, our title sequence? We've taken our photos and we've cartoonized them, graphically altered them just to look a bit like cartoony, graphic-y. That sounds awful, but it is. It's graphic. That's what it's called. I know it's got other connotations, but that's what we mean. It's like a cartoon. Like Roy Lichtenstein kind of 1930s cartoons. And we're thinking about doing like T-shirts and stuff with those pics, because we really love our first pics. Our first shoot was hysterical. It was so short, but it was really hysterical. And the lovely Caroline Blake helped us with that, and did some alteration on some of the photos there. But Pepper has since gone and Botoxed our photos into cartoon-like pictures, and you know, the makeup looks better. So yeah,
yeah, hides a multitude of sins.
Yeah, that's okay,
Adam. No worries, Adam.
Not a problem. We will see you soon. We can't wait to have research on stage with us and here with us. Perhaps you're able to do next week now. Let us know. Not trying to outdo each other like RuPaul. Like who? Who's that? Oh.
It's not a competition.
No, and RuPaul doesn't try and outdo anybody. He's just the best.
Yeah.
There is no competition.
Bitch has been doing it a long time.
Did you know that in real life, not in drag years, in real life, RuPaul will be 60 in November. 60 years old. Let that sink in. That's 6 decades. He shares a birthday with Martin's niece.
Ooh.
Yeah, so he will be 60 years old. Can you believe that bitch will be 60 years old? I can't. Really, really gorgeous. Yes. All right, Pepper. That'd be great. Maybe an Instagram makeup video. We do share our photos on Instagram, guys.
Yes,
if
we've
you're not
both got
following us on
Instagram.
Instagram, please do. So if you're not going to give us a donation this evening, at least go and follow us. Because every little helps, like Tesco. Like Tesco, every little helps. So if you're not going to be able to give us a donation this evening, not to worry. We're not begging for donations. They'd be lovely, but we're not begging. But, oh, there's a video coming in. If not, why not go and give us a follow? So we will actually... can women do drag? Serious question. The answer is yes, because Pepper is in fact an actual fully blooded woman with a real vajayjay and real breastises.
Physically.
Anatomically, you are actually
anatomically.
A woman. So drag is
female.
Drag is a concept and a procedure that is just altering who you look like and feel like. So anybody could create an alternate character. I don't know how best to say that. Is that right? Alternate character?
I think we're back onto kind of, it's those different facets to your personality that, Pepper for me is the one that loves unicorns, pink, glitter, goes mad for makeup, nails, and it's really nice to be able to kind of delve into that side of who I am, and to keep it separate from who I am everywhere else. I think everybody needs a hobby, everybody needs something different that they can kind of do outside of their normal lives, just to make life interesting, really. So yes, you can do it.
Right, so we have a photo just in. So this is the lovely Victoria in the blonde, and she's got 3 other friends with her. Apologies for the quality of the pic, guys. We are trying to, do technology here, and we're not versed in technology. Here's Victoria and her 3 lady friends all having cups of tea. Thank you so much for sending in your photos. Checkers! So yes, women can absolutely do drag. Anybody can do drag. You do get, I've forgotten the term now. You do get drag kings, which are women that choose to do drag in the persona of a male.
Yeah, or males that also choose to do drag as a more masculine version of themselves.
No, I didn't know that.
Even non-binary people.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. So anybody can do drag, no matter your flavour. Go ahead and do it. Burn your bra, expose your breasts, sing it from the rooftops, do your thing. As long as, I have a rule, as long as you're not hurting or harming anybody else, you're responsible for what you say, how it is said, what you do, and how it is done. And for the rest, who gives a fuck? Oh, I love chatting about makeup and makeup products. My makeup has been a right journey. Took me a long while to find my face and the right products. Absolutely.
Yeah. And certainly earlier today, I discovered that when I was out shopping for a few little bits and pieces of makeup that I wanted. Essentials, yes. And as I was shopping as not Pepper, I found myself being slightly Pepper as I was going around finding the products. In so much to say that even my walk was different because I was in that frame of mind.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, it was very strange. Suddenly I go to the hand to the side and kind of like... and it's just so funny that I go from kind of this...
I would have paid to see that because as your alternate self with a camp hand would have been hysterical.
Oh, yes.
I would have paid to see that.
Yeah.
Me, I'm camp all the time. Right, so where are we? Linda says, what have I missed? Mother-in-law phoned. Can't ignore the mother-in-law. You can. Do you both have one of them mother-in-laws? Well, I'm married. I'm married to a man, Andrew, who puts up with me. Absolutely. We've been married 6.5 years this week. The 7th of October. 7th of October was our 6.5 year anniversary. We were the first male gay couple to get married in Bournemouth. Yes, I'm legally married, properly married, not a civil partnership. It's an actual proper marriage. And my husband fully supports my curiosity with drag. In fact, he sometimes styles wigs for us or for me. He makes us dinner on a Saturday night. He helps with choosing things, and certainly gives his opinion on how best we could further ourselves, whether we ask for it or not. But he is incredibly supportive. All joking aside, he's incredibly supportive, and I love him for it.
Yes, and I have a Mr. Spray at home.
Mr. Spray.
Yes, who is a lovely man, and we've been together for 8 years now.
Good Lord, you get less for murder, love.
I know.
Does he still spray around the house, or has he been house trained?
He has been house trained.
Oh, good.
Yes, very much so. With regards to a mother-in-law, I don't have one, but we have just discovered my lovely Mr. Spray's got a dad.
Ooh.
Because he didn't know who his dad was. And through DNA, we've suddenly found him. So that's going to be an exciting adventure to go on.
Amazing. We've got more photos that have come in. How stunning is that, though? You didn't tell me that. That's gorgeous.
I know.
Have to give Mr. Spray a shout out. Hey, Mr. Spray.
Yes, he's probably playing GTA
JM.
or...
I'm MJ, he's JM. But Mr. Spray.
Yes, Mr. Spray.
I didn't realise it was the flip side. Mr. Spray. So, Rhea Search, who was supposed to be on with us tonight, she's drinking her cup of tea and sharing it with us.
Wonderful.
The reason you can see some of our backdrop is that some of her wig is green. So, trying as best we can to avoid that.
Yeah, we don't have a green screen at all.
No, not at all.
No, it's
just
flies.
It's the magic of Hollywood in Bournemouth. And then Chlamydia has also sent us a photo. So Claire and her sister and her sister's partner are also watching. All three of us. All three of them are watching us from their home. But Claire will not look like that next week. So all bets are on. Who's Claire? The gent in the middle, the gent in the middle, or the gent on the end?
Wonderful.
I think it's the gent on the end, but I'm probably going to be wrong now, aren't I?
Oh, she'll tell you off.
Claire, are we right? Are we wrong? Do tell. Who else is sending in photos of their cups of tea? Go on. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. We'll just
definitely don't be scared.
We'll just put you up on national television. It's quite alright. So.
No, Anita, he doesn't spray on the toilet seat.
Rude.
I know.
So we're going to just flick our ticker tape to. So here are our contact details at the bottom now. If you'd like to follow us on Facebook or on following both of us on Instagram, why not? Also, Tenor Ladies at Large, our production company. We would love for you to follow us. We'd love to hear from you. We want to know exactly what is going on in your life. So, she said no, not sure why. Ruth, thank you for the answer. Pepper, about the drag, I suppose. Yes? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where did you get your jewelry? Who? You're supposed to say who the question's for. We'll go with both of us. So yours was from that very expensive store.
It's a designer one. It's Primani.
Primani. Oh, I hear they're very expensive.
They are.
Mine
these are in fact real diamond.
Of course, from Primani.
Yeah. And real pearls.
Of course. Mine were from a charity shop. So these are obviously
Le Shop de Charity, that French
boutique. Absolutely, they are obviously sapphires. Clearly, sapphires. And this lovely neck piece, the gorgeous Karamina gifted to me when she came to visit this week, and it was very subtle. And it also goes along with this lovely little charm bracelet that's very charming. Also looks like a gangster's chain with a couple of charms on it, but subtle for my subtle hands. And my friend Emma gave me that. So all my bits and pieces come from different people. We weren't sure we got that right. Yay! Love to you two puppets. Well, you sent us 2 videos first, then you sent us the photo, but well done. Hope it doesn't spray. No, we're going to read that again.
Let's wipe
photo
past
later.
that.
Can't do both, but it's boring. Oh, your photo's boring. We don't think your photo's boring. Go ahead, send it. Right. Lol, I defo won't look like that next week. But she's not volunteering which one she is.
No.
Ruth Francis says, No, Karen Jarman says, that's beautiful. Thank you, babe. Ruth says, do you go the full hog, underwear and all? Sorry if that's too... Nothing's too personal, darling. I'm currently wearing tucking panties that have bum pads in them, but I don't have my legs shaved this evening. I'm very naughty, so I'm looking like a bit of a woolly mammoth. But I'm sure some ladies out there also haven't done their shave because, in fact, we're going into autumn winter, and I know quite a few ladies leave the grass to grow over winter, autumn winter. But yes, we're as far as possible we do try and prepare as much as we would need to for a show in a venue, because it's all practice for when we get into a venue. So the idea is to do as much as possible and to make it as real as possible, because we don't want to get to a venue and then have to start learning our craft. Remember, again, we're 6 weeks in, so all of this is great practice for us. It's great to practice our makeup, it's great to practice our outfits, how much time it takes to get out of them, because with the shows we're planning, there are quite a few changes. I don't know what that noise is, and quite a few other things as well. So let's just say that we have planned our Hello Queen show. Hello Queen this year on the 31st of October. Martin's actually doing a wedding in the afternoon, can you believe it? And then rushing home, and Martinique will be actually performing in, we are having a murder mystery. A murder mystery, and our murder mystery actually takes place in this very manor house. It'll be written by the gorgeous Pepper Spray. An original show that you get to see for gratis and free. Make donations at the number below. We think we're going to have about 6 performers in it, and it will be a la an old radio hall style murder mystery show. So do join us for Halloween, Hello Queen. If you are not planning on going out, why not stay in? Stay in and catch a murder mystery. And we're going to invite...
It's interactive.
Interactive.
You can have a guess as well.
I was going to say, yeah, we're going to invite the audience to be involved and to really contribute. And maybe there'll be some decisions for the audience to make along the way too, where you can change the course of the murder mystery, which just gives Pepper lots more to write. But hey, my turn comes when we're doing our panto at Christmas. Right, so beautiful. Do you sing? Yes, I sing. I've sung my entire life. I have been in choirs and shows my entire life. So we will be singing live when we do our live performances. But as most of you know, Facebook is doing this gorgeous thing where they are actually muting you whilst you perform or sing or do numbers that involve music because of copyright infringement. And whilst we understand that that's a real thing and a necessary thing, it's also bloody irritating because performers have got no option to perform live with live bands. I mean, can you imagine us bringing in live pianists, etc., into this large, spacious drawing room? Next question. I like a good murder. Lovely. When that happens, we'll know where to send the police.
Do you know where to hide the bodies, Heidi? Is that why you're called Heidi?
They say you need to have at least 13 acres to hide a body. I could do it too. Not sure why you need 13. Oh, I'm scared now. Not sure I can join. Of course you can. It's fun and frivolous.
Hold your hand.
And highly camp. It's not a gruesome murder mystery. Good Lord. The backdrop looks great. Ooh. Oh, you mean our large, spacious drawing room?
Which is still daylight outside.
Which is fully kitted out with our daylight window. Thank you. Thank you, Howard. We're still missing a picture of you in drag, Howard. We haven't forgotten. 6 weeks in. You've had time to prepare. Maybe for Hello Queen. Maybe at Hello Queen, all of you can send in your murder mystery photographs.
Yes.
You could dress up as characters from murder mysteries.
Or drag up.
Not serious. No, seriously, it's not going to be gruesome, but I think you're joking. I guess the drag helps to escape into another world. I could do with a bit of that. Absolutely.
Do it,
Everybody,
do
Linda,
it.
everybody could do with a little bit more kindness in this world and a little bit more fun and frivolity. Do you know, we don't, I think that's one of the keys with our drag as well, is we don't take ourselves too seriously. We are the character we are. It's developing.
Yeah.
She and she are growing week on week. Each week we find new things. Pepper's discovered the way she chooses to do her makeup. It's very much her signature look. I'm still on that search. So each of us is in different places, but we're doing it together, and we've got a sister by our side doing it with us. But a bit more kindness, a bit more fun and frivolity, and it's a joke, for God's sakes. So many people take things way too seriously at the moment, and given all the things we're having to deal with, this is one thing where you can just literally let your hair down.
Now, I think what could be a good idea for anyone who wants to have a go but not actually do anything publicly is if you've got a video camera at home or a laptop with a camera, you can go onto different websites and get karaoke bits up.
Yes.
You can then play to yourself through the laptop. You can have a bit of a sing-song, do a bit of karaoke, and it's just for you. And literally, I think kind of doing that kind of thing would just make you feel so much better. And you know, it's artistic, it's creative, and a little bit different. But yes, if you haven't got kind of the cojones to dress up and be out for the public, do it at home.
Absolutely.
For yourself.
In the privacy of your own home, and have fun. Have absolute fun. Where did we get to? Oh.
Well, they're all begging Howard for a picture.
So agree. Yes, we need to let go. Howard, come on, send a pic. Oh. Working on him.
She doesn't say what she's working on.
I think it's time. It's time.
It's time
for
Hardy Watch.
Hardy Watch. Are you ready? Get your towelettes. Oh.
Je t'aime. Je t'aime.
Mon ami. Monsieur. Stop it, Pepper. Behave yourself. My aching ovaries. This man can do things. Wow.
Oh, I'm going to have to put him down.
Wow.
Oh.
Don't drop him. You are living, breathing art. Linda, you can stay. We like you. I'm a piece of art. I'm a priceless work of art. Paint by numbers, of course, but priceless. I'm starting to love my wig now. Thank you for the idea about the clip. That's helped. We'll work on it once I'm feeling better. Oh, you'll feel much better once you work on it, Howard. So it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Prophecy. Closer to the screen, please, Pepper. Oh, no.
It depends on what you want to see.
She wanted to see Hardy. He's gone for the night. He only comes out once a night. Oh.
There you go.
OMG. OMG indeed. OMG indeed. Oh, gosh. Tallulah Bell? What are you doing? Come here.
She's just jumped on
Come
Tom. She's jumped on Tom.
Oh dear.
It's okay. He's safe. He's safe, everybody.
Where are the rest of the photos, we ask? You're all supposed to be sending us in photos.
Oh, I think Anita loved that.
Oh, did she?
Mm.
Oh. From a distance, of course.
Oh, see her comment.
Yes, I saw. Simon Hobbs is in the house.
Mm.
Good evening, ladies.
Good
Hello,
evening,
darling.
Simon.
How are Tallulah Bell says hi, Simon. How are you doing? Flesh.
Man flesh.
Tallulah, we love you. Yeah, she likes being loved, let me tell you. She sat on my lap now because She won't sit still anywhere else, and the husband's closed the bedroom door because he knows what side his bread's buttered on, so the dog won't bug him in the bedroom whilst we're here doing our thing. So we get to be puppy sitters. So, amazing. More flesh. Well, I might organise a stripper one night.
She gets greedy, she does.
Loving the hair. Thank you, darling. Oh, he's such a pleasure to be around. Right, so, and Simon says, hi Ruth, in case you didn't see. Right, this is not a dating show. Right, so, what we... So we did a little bit of a chat a couple of weeks ago where I asked you specifically about your drag, and we thought we'd turn the tables this evening. So just as a sort of a, I don't know, introduction, background, whatever, with me, I came out to my parents when I was 21 years old, which is probably half a lifetime ago, because I'm now 43. So, yeah, half my life ago, came out to my parents, and they probably had a difficult time at first with my decision, but have been incredibly supportive. And incredibly supportive. And so moving forward from that, I had been around gay clubs and drag since the age of 18, but one of their biggest prerequisites was that they didn't want drag for me, because back in the 90s in South Africa, when this all happened, when all this transpired, a lot of drag queens were being beaten up or victimized, etc., for their craft. And so my parents were incredibly, I suppose you could say, naive as well, but incredibly protective of me, and didn't really want me to end up in a situation that would have resulted in me being injured or worse. And so I've always been respectful of that. I've always worked in theatre. I have several diploma courses under my belt in makeup, professional styling, wardrobe, makeup, hair for theatre, interior design, fashion design, etc., etc. And I've always worked in... Don't worry, Siri's now decided to join the conversation.
Nosy bitch.
I don't know why Siri got involved. Sorry, so got lots and lots of qualifications and have always been involved with theatre. Similar to Pep, I've been involved in around theatre, movies. I've appeared as an extra in a movie for Racing Stripes, which is actually on Netflix at the moment. And only now over lockdown decided that I actually wanted to pursue drag. I'm now obviously 21 years later, 22 years later, and I believe that the timing is right. I believe the place is right. I specifically spoke first with my husband and then with my mother, and informed them of what I wanted to do. Obviously Pepper was one of the first people to find out as well, and with their support I decided to embark on this path. But I've had 25 years experience working backstage with drag queens and developing their craft and helping them with their shows and getting dressed and producing shows, etc., etc., etc. So just right that 25 years later, finally, quarter of a century later, I am now pursuing this pastime, this career, this hobby, this whatever we want to call it. And yeah, very, very pleased with my progress.
So where does the name Lady Martinique come from?
Well, Martin would be my boy name, but when I worked in one of the first drag clubs I worked in, when I worked there were 3 barmen called Martin, and I was a VIP barman. And our very straight nightclub manager said, there is no way I'm shouting Martin and having 3 queens running at me, so you boys figure out between yourselves who's who in the zoo. And I just met a lady who actually had a little dog called Martinique, and when I said, oh, that's a gorgeous name, it sounds like a feminine version of my name, she said, well, that there was actually an island of Martinique. And so for a long time we had Martinique's VIP bar at the gay club, and I used to say that My name was Martinique, and I was large and lovely, just like an island. And although I'm still large, I'm not sure about lovely. That's where Martinique came from. And then when we were developing a drag name, it was kind of like, well, all my gay friends in South Africa call me Martinique anyway because of the connotation with the clubs that I worked in. But she wanted to be a lady, and so now she's a lady who has immigrated to the UK. My backstory, if you're interested, is that one of the royals, we can't name who, had a dalliance with my mother, and I was born. And because we've signed a non-disclosure agreement, I've been issued with a ladyship. And I'm 69th in line to the throne, so I just have to wait for 68 other people to pop their clogs, and then I shall be Queen of England. And so I'm just here, biding my time and waiting to take my rightful place on the throne. So I have this lovely manor house and lovely friends like yourself. Thank you. I'm just trying to see where we are. Was it difficult coming out? And glad they supported you. It was difficult, Ruth. My parents were quite conservative. My mom's from an Afrikaans background. My father not so much, but my mother certainly conservative. It was just lucky that I have 3 brothers and sisters, I suppose. So they've all gone on to have children and married partners. And once that was all sorted and grandkids well sorted, I think I had less pressure on me. But yeah, it's always difficult coming out because you never ever know how the people you love are going to receive your coming out story, I suppose. And so it can be incredibly difficult, and people have certainly been disowned and disenfranchised because of it.
Just always seems really strange to me that in coming out in any type of situation, it's actually announcing to other people. It's not like you've changed. It's still you. It's still the you that's grown up.
And that's the thing. It's just like this idea of
and then
being
suddenly
necessary
a word
to
has
come
been
out.
put in.
Yeah.
And because I remember when my cousin came out, and everyone, my auntie was very much ringing everyone up. Oh my God, he's gay. And every single member of her family that she spoke to turned around and went, yeah.
And you shouldn't need to have it coming out.
Yeah.
And then people ask, and this is going to be very controversial, but people then go, well, if you don't need to come out, why do you need to have gay pride? And they're 2 very different things. Very, very different things. Gay pride stands for various reasons and stands as a symbol of the struggle that has been real to get equal rights, etc. And you don't have straight pride because the rights have always been afforded to heterosexual mixed gender couples. Certainly for us, we had the option to have a civil partnership, but that wouldn't have afforded us any legal rights as a couple. And had, God forbid, one of us been admitted to hospital, etc., the other partner wouldn't. There's a technicality where the other partner wouldn't have as much right to make decisions on your behalf, etc., as they would were you to be a fully married couple as such. So yeah, where on earth are we?
It seems like everyone's been in the movies.
Right, Simon, I think Martinique Manor needs a beautiful wooden etched sign.
Yes.
Well, we have a beautiful piece by Simon. That's a beautiful piece by Simon that Simon's done, and that's wood.
Oh, the flies are back.
And an angel. Yep.
Oh, they've gone again.
So that's what we do here. We do have a Simon original. Of course we do. We collect artwork at Martinique Manor. We have lots of pieces. Because the right thing is knocking at your door.
She's talking about Hardy.
I think she's talking about coming out and being brave about coming out.
I know, I was just thinking about the picture again.
Okay. Anita was an extra in the Johnny Depp film The Libertine and got to have lunch with John Malkovich. Cheeky bitch.
Yes, Mr. Spray was an extra in a lot of things too.
Yes, he was, as was his friend Kat.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she did television.
Really, Racing Straps? Man, if my oldest and dearest Jonathan Blanche was art director, Small World. Oh.
It's who you know.
Yes, I was in Racing Straps. I'm a featured extra in the last 8 minutes of the movie. In fact, right at the end of the movie, they take a photo of the zebra that's won the race. Spoiler alert, the zebra wins the race. They take a photo of him with the flowers around his neck, and I'm actually in that photo, right next to the stinky pelican. They stink.
Fish.
Not as Martinique, though. You won't see Martinique in that photo, I might hasten to add. Mm-hmm. My film career is different from my boy drag. Question for Pepper. How did you come up with your name, Pepper Spray?
Well, I wanted a name that wasn't offensive, that could be used around children and old people, and was just kind of used. It's something that could be deemed funny, a bit of a pun, but would allow me through a lot more doors than if I had something quite
sexual or innuendo based.
Outrageous. And I've always loved American names of the 50s, like Pepper and Piper and things like that, and was kind of sitting and thinking one day about what could I do, and then suddenly it was just like, oh God, pepper spray. And then in my head I was just thinking, if I make you laugh, if I make you cry, either way I'm making your eyes run and making your eyes water. So pepper spray kind of stuck with it then. And yeah, it's just, I think, something that I can really kind of go on with and not kind of get, it's kind of like that offensive tattoo and the person that you've seen on tattoo fixers like 30-40 years have gone, oh well,
yeah,
I've got a young son and I don't want him wanting to know what this is. So yeah,
I like that butch accent.
No, Johnny Vegas,
like a real boy. Oh my God. So Howard says his older brother came out at 20, his younger brother came out at 50.
Yeah.
Howard, I actually know a group of brothers, 3 brothers in South Africa, and all 3 brothers are gay. Can you believe that?
Yep, I've known twins.
Yeah. Would we consider doing a movie?
Oh, yes.
Send us the offers, babe. We'll have a look. Send us the offers. We'll have a look.
We did suggest the other week of doing like Ocean's 11 or something with a load of us running around Dorchester.
Be lovely. Got to play the fabulous role of a whore.
Really?
It must have been a stretch for you, Anita. I don't see you like that at all.
That sounds painful.
What, the stretch? I don't see you like that at all, Anita. I don't know how you did that. Linda says, so Lady M lives at Martinique Manor. Where does Pepper live? In Pepper's palace. It's natural that if I have a manor house, Pepper has a palace, isn't it?
Yes.
Thank you for your question, though.
One-room palace.
It's a very...
At the top. Well, Lady M says it's my penthouse.
Pepper's penthouse, yes.
But yes, it's like 5, 6, 7, 10 flights up.
Can't have her too close to me, dear. She is part of the staff, after all. She is my chief assistant officer. Boy drag, what is that, please? That is what we look like when we're out of drag. So your boy drag would be your boy character.
Naked and the rest is drag.
Watch us get muted for that. So it's different from girl drag because my boy drag would be what I would wear day to day.
So you get up in the morning.
How would you present yourself day to day?
Brush your teeth, get dressed, and you're wearing your work drag.
Yeah.
And then you come home and you take off your work drag and you put on lounge at home drag.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's basically just a term for.
It's what you choose to wear when you're not in drag. Yeah. It's our sort of gay term or drag term for that. Not gay term, drag term. So, who are your favourite celebs? For me, Robin Williams was and is one of the most formidable. You know what? I don't do the whole Kardashian thing. Robin Williams, Tom Hanks, Whoopi Goldberg, Julia Roberts, and then British would definitely be Maggie Smith and Judi Dench, and any hot man. But people that have been around for a while, people that have honed their craft, people that know who they are, know what they're talking about. I really, really, really do believe that Robin Williams was one of the best actors to ever grace this earth. Genius. And if you look at the body of his work, as with Tom Hanks, if you look at the body of their work, it is just formidable.
I think for me, it's somebody that's versatile, that can do lots of different things. Turn their hands to lots of different kind of roles, doesn't take themselves too seriously. It's one of the things that we joke about at home. Michael Caine is very good at playing Michael Caine. Jason Statham is very good at playing Jason Statham. No matter what roles they're in, it's always them.
But it must be said, sometimes people are also boxed into characters.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, like, I know Daniel Radcliffe found it very difficult to break out of the Harry Potter mold. But one of the first things he did, and one of the most daring things he did, was he appeared in Equus, where he was stark bollock naked. But it was to really, I suppose, shock the press into just breaking him out of that perception of this innocent little boy. And, you know, he and Emma and Rupert were thrust into those roles at a very young age and were expected to basically sign away 10 years of their life.
Yeah.
And so each of them have moved on quite successfully. But I suppose it was one of those things where, you know, if you didn't forcibly break the mold, you would be typecast for the rest of your life. It was quite tough for my older brother in 73 when he came out, but I imagine it would have been far tougher in South Africa. Yes and no, Howard. In South Africa, it was illegal like it was here, but it also, I think we broke the mold in the 80s, I would assume. I started clubbing unofficially in 1993 when I was 16, but officially I should have been 80, 95. But I did start going out to clubs when I was 16, and it certainly was more open then. But you had a lot of homophobia, and still do worldwide. Worldwide, we have a very tough time with homophobic people. It is sad to say, but it is actually true. Very, very true. Good night, you delightful pair. I'm off as I need some much-needed beauty sleep. Unlike you two fabulous sweet peas. Big hugs. Well, good night to you, Victoria. Let's hope your little party went well. Robin Williams. Robin Williams was amazingly talented. He was so funny. Loved him. Jason rocks my world, but can't act. He is action man.
Hawkeyes.
Yes, absolutely. We'll just leave that there.
Yeah.
He rocks your world. Good. Good.
Oh, talking about celebrities, actually, something really funny happened the other day. I was talking with some friends of mine.
Yes.
And one of them asked which celebrities were in Strictly Come Dancing.
Right.
So somebody else went, "Oh, that Jamie Vardy's wife's in it." And the other person turned around and went, "Yeah, that's what I meant. What celebrities are in it?" My friend turned around and went, "Well, actually, there haven't really been any celebrities in I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here since maybe the first series. It's all kind of reality shows and stuff like that." So I went, "Oh, right, well, tell you the truth," I said, "they really don't pay that much to eat a camel's anus." And my friend went, "Well, it depends how hungry." And I went, "Well, it depends if the camel's willing to."
You must excuse Pepper. She's only out for a day visit. So who's going to the drag tour next year? Do you mean RuPaul's Drag Race that's coming. Yeah, there's Brighton and Cardiff.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Are you driving, Anita? Pippa will drive anyway to see a drag show. Trust, she will.
Not if I'm drinking.
Not if we're drinking, no.
It's one of those things. I think it's kind of an ongoing conversation with a lot of these agencies like World of Wonder and Holy Tea. That it seems to be that a lot of major shows are happening in Brighton, Cardiff, London, but not so much down this end of the country.
Yeah.
And we don't really have a big venue that we could actually do anything in. I know that Heels of Hell comes to Bournemouth O2,
yes,
which is just in the next village, which is fantastic and kind of gives people the opportunity to be able to go and watch a live drag show. But a lot of the times they're during the week, they finish at really ridiculous times, and let's face it, you know, if you've got a job, do you really want to have to leave work? So if you've got a job, not you've got a job. But to kind of think to get to London, you would have to kind of take the afternoon off work, then get to London, then watch a show, then have to come all the way back, get home about midnight, 1 o'clock, and then be up again at 6, 7 o'clock in the morning to go to work again. It makes it quite difficult, I think, to go to distance shows. And hopefully one day, when there is a lovely venue down here, we'll have much more drag queens come down. I know that they do come down to Does Your Mother Know? But yeah, again, it's quite a small venue. So hopefully, fingers crossed, one day in the future, they'll realise that actually people do love drag down this end of the country.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And will join us.
So Ruth says, how does being bi feel to you? Ruth, I actually did move to England with a girlfriend, so I was bisexual, and obviously
you were bi.
I was bi. Kathy Burke says quite famously, "There's no such thing as bi; it's just greediness." She says that in "Gimme." But I did actually move. I moved to England with a girlfriend, so yes, I was bisexual, and for me, it wasn't about body parts. I don't mind answering the question, so don't feel bad about asking the question. It wasn't about body parts. It was about compatibility with that person. So it wasn't a need to be with a boy or be with a girl. It was a need to be with somebody who understood me, respected me, and had all the qualities that I required in a partner. And so body size, shape, etc. didn't really matter to me. You're not bi, so
no, it's all about.
So that's what's just for me. Yep, I can drive. Who's watching Back Off, which means Bake Off?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Linda says it's a tough, judgmental world.
And
we're going to chat about Bake Off.
Really, no need for it to be judgmental, really.
No, not at all.
So, who's watching? Hands up! Who's watching Bake Off? Not right at this moment. Yeah, been watching it. Quite unusual and strange and interesting. But I must say, I'm loving the fact one of the guys got a Sheba. David from Hampshire.
Okay.
He's got a lovely Sheba. I
absolutely
adore Sheba in those. Yes.
That's the kind of dog you're getting. Yes. Oh. I need to pop to the loo. So, you carry on fielding questions. I shall be back. Ruth, don't be sorry. It's fine.
Mm-hmm. He put his hand up.
I reckon you pack Hastings if you came on tour. You deal with that question. I shall return in a moment, ladies and gents.
Oh, right, Heidi. Here's one for you then. If we were to come and do a show in Hastings, because they never use the H's there, where do you think would be a good venue for us to kind of consider? And would you want something that's kind of like what we're doing now, where it's a bit of a sit down and chat with a few performances? And if so, what guests? What guests would you like? Get thinking on that one, Heidi. So who else have we got on here? Ah, right. That's right. I've got these very long nails and it's making it quite ridiculous. Ma Baker came about being out every night with the gay friends, totting and protecting the gals. I think, we've just got to kind of support each other. I'm very fortunate in the job that I do daytime wise, that I get to work with teenagers, and I'm one of the main adults that works with our LGBTQ group. So I get an opportunity to speak and interact with some really wonderful kids who are trying to discover about themselves and learn about themselves and feel a bit more comfortable. And outside of Pepper, I actually identify as non-binary. So I personally don't see myself as either masculine or feminine, but I'm more gender fluid. I go with how I feel. Hence what I was saying about the fact that Pepper is my feminine personality that comes out. But yeah, so the amount of students that have come up to me and have actually been so pleased that there's an adult that identifies exactly the same as they do, has been absolutely wonderful. And especially with lockdown, these kids have been at home and life has been hard for some of them, that it's actually been really nice to kind of see them face to face again and have a few laughs. That it's just been absolutely wonderful. Right, so we have Ruth asking for us to come to Weymouth. Same with you, Ruth. If you think of anywhere that we might be able to come and do a show, then let us know and we'll see what we can organise. Fingers crossed all this COVID stuff will be over and done with soon, and then we can actually be out and about, because going to see a show and having to social distance can be a bit of a pain in the backside. We like to get up on personal with our audience and our friends and kind of have a good conversation with them and a good laugh and a bit of feedback.
Close and personal.
Yes. So Ruth wants us to go to Weymouth.
There's actually a drag show in Weymouth this weekend, funnily enough.
There certainly is.
Absolutely Dragulous is performing there.
Thank you, Janice.
Pepper, that's amazing. Good on you. Yeah, absolutely. Pepper's doing a fantastic job. I've had good fortune to go along to her school as well at some point, and we did other things, but it's really amazing. It must be said, it's really amazing that schools are now, they've actually put it into the curriculum that they have to teach tolerance now.
From next summer, it will be put into the curriculum to learn all about LGBTQ, life, relationships, sexual advice, and literally the whole roof will be blown off of everything. So, the best way that we
can... The gap is narrowing. The gap is narrowing,
yeah.
But there are, unfortunately, it must be said, people still out there who are severely opposed to anything that is not normal.
Mm-hmm.
And I use the term lightly with parenthesis, because what is normal these days? You have people quite happily going to church on a Sunday, praying and doing everything, and then going home and beating their wife throughout the week, or drinking heavily, or taking narcotics. So, even in normal society, people hide behind closed doors and hide behind hide behind books, hide behind their truth, hide behind all sorts of things. And often it's the people who are at the forefront of change that are bearing the brunt of the problems that we have as a result of the change taking too long to be filtered through. So yeah, I don't know if you agree or disagree with that. Pippa and I are both entitled to our own opinions, but yeah, but Pippa is working thankfully in a school that is very progressive and has actually beat the curve. They've started doing this before it's become compulsory to
and it's one of those strange situations that obviously we've got these kids that we're going to speak to, and we have half an hour with them and a laugh and a chat, and it's not too serious. They can get to talk to each other, but we're there if they want to ask any questions or if they need support. And what has been quite good is that the amount of staff who have now let the children know that they're gay, bisexual, gender fluid. It's kind of brought these walls down that the kids are like, actually, they go through the same thing as we do. They know what I'm thinking. They know how I'm feeling.
I think sexuality, like anything, sexuality is one of those things that once you start breaking down the barriers, and I don't mean in a rude way, as in just normalizing things and making things acceptable to speak about. I think communication is key in all of this. Communication, openness, honesty is key in all of the ways in which we are able to express ourselves and understand each other and promote tolerance, really.
Yeah. And I think the more that we talk about it, the more it becomes a normal conversation.
Yeah.
The less stigmata will be attached to it. You know, going back to Harry Potter, the only reason why he who should not be named is powerful is because they don't say his name.
Because they live in fear.
And then, you know, that's it. We talk about it. We get it out in the open.
I long for a day when people will not have to come out because all they need to do is just be them. So, you know, coming out, woohoo, yay. I cannot tell you, and I mean, I'm going off topic now, but I cannot tell you how many people. Pepper's friend Kat helped us with our 5-year vow renewal last year. But our original wedding, because we were the first male gay couple to get married, our first wedding turned out to be like a circus sideshow. People were asking if they could get tickets to watch our wedding because they'd never seen a gay wedding. Now I ask you, is it not just a wedding? Why is it a gay wedding? Yes, it might be something new, something different, but why did it have to be labeled? And so we seriously had people that were trying to basically, you know, book tickets for something that was actually part of our life. It's not a sideshow. It's a part and parcel of our life. And so last year when we redid our vow renewal, we certainly only invited people that we wanted there. We had 48, 50 lovely individuals who've all mostly become our friends since our original wedding, funnily enough. And it was a great afternoon. Heidi is giving us 4 million venues. So we'll look at
that's
those.
fine. We'll look at those and we'll get in touch.
So we'll look at those later. What did
I think,
have we gone through all of this? Sorry.
Right down. So you go for a wee and...
Go for a wee and everything.
So I think Howard has a question for you.
Howard has a question for me. Howard's question is...
Would you consider doing or organising a charity drag show fundraiser?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, I do also think it's quite an idea to do a drag for a day as a charity thing.
Yeah.
Where, you know...
In South Africa, they actually have a thing called... and it's actually done for women's shelters, believe it or not. I think they're just sort of doing it here. There's a thing called Walk a Mile in Her Shoes.
Yeah.
And it's actually aimed at men, and it's a mile race, and the men that enter it get sponsored, but they have to walk a mile in high heels.
Yeah.
And it's all to bring awareness to women that are battered and women that are in need of support. And I mean, that's a whole segment of our society that often isn't spoken about as well.
Mm.
You know, the plight of women, the plight of children, the plight of carers who are looking after their parents or family and don't get time to be themselves. There's all sorts of people. There's so many permeations of what it is to be human these days that really, if you can afford to just stop judging, and I'm not saying you guys are, but stop judging, myself included, step back and think to yourself, you know, what does that person have? What would that person have had to go through today to get to where they are? Maybe they battled with transport. Maybe they battled with money for food. Maybe they battled with just getting out of bed because some diseases are not visible. So fibro, etc., where people actually have debilitating physical ailments that prevent them from responding as we would. So there's lots to think about. Oh, we've got very deep for all of a sudden. But yes, we would absolutely do a drag charity event, sponsored event, absolutely. Why not? Actually, in my other life, in my other form, Pepper will bear me out here, we do a lot of charity work for fundraisers and things for different charities. So people are saying it's about time, absolutely. What's this? Exactly, not many people are normal these days. Speaking from personal experience, absolutely. Normal's boring.
Yeah.
But again, my provisor. I don't care what you do. I don't care if you want to wear leather at home and howl at the moon. I really don't. It's none of my business. But you're responsible for what you say, how it is said, what you do, and how it is done.
And I must admit that one of my favourite things at Pride every year is the pups. I love seeing the pups going out for a walk.
Oh yes, with the little tails and the are they hoods?
Yes, the leather hoods, like dog masks.
It's a whole subculture.
Do the whole walk with it.
It's a subculture of our society, and people get all squeamish about fetish. It's just someone expressing themselves. I personally don't have a fetish, but it's not about me. The point is, why shouldn't they be allowed to express themselves? Absolutely. I like that. Ruth says, taken years to make normal. Exactly. And I think, Ruth, people get forced into normality. You're expected to behave like this. You're expected to say that. You're expected to do this. You're expected to, you know, whatever. All these things. Bigots out there, absolutely. Lots of bigots. Linda says, Ruth Franks, what's normal? Absolutely. I could put you in touch with someone who does charity fundraisers.
I think they're desperate for us to go to Hastings.
I know Kat is from Hastings, nearly. I know Kat is from Hastings, but I've never been there. Where is Hastings? Is it to the east of London? No?
No, it's on the coast.
It's like, I mean, the coast. That way or down.
So it's in the southeast, on the coast.
Oh, up there, right. Because we're southwest.
Yeah, we're southwest. So you're carrying on the coast.
Yes.
And literally, it's along the coast towards
past Brighton.
Past Brighton, about an hour outside along the coast.
With you and I going to Hastings, we're going to need Kat to drive because we have a lot of drag to haul. A lot of drag.
Yeah, I mean, you should see the paces that I turn up with.
We're only 6 weeks in, and we've got more drag than we can swing a cat at.
Yeah.
Very true. Right. Such a huge subject. People think they know what goes on, but unless you have lived it, you don't know. Absolutely. If you've not walked a mile in someone's shoes, you don't know. And also, what goes on behind closed doors, Anita. People can say what they like, but behind closed doors, the story is very different. And so there's your story, there's my story, and then there's the truth somewhere in the middle. Because each of us would want to paint ourselves in the best light. Not all of us are going to share 100% of the truth. And that is unfortunately true. We all do it, myself included. You know, you never want to look like the bad person. So you'll say, oh, can you believe that so-and-so did X, Y, Z? And the fact is, the truth lies somewhere in the middle. Society needs to open our eyes to who we really are. Absolutely. I have a fetish. It's called Colin Farrell. That would be an obsession, Anita, not a fetish. While you have
the Torture Garden, the club in London. to which one of our old school chums
Okay.
was involved in the making of.
We might need to have a chat about that later because I'm not sure what that is. No such thing as normal. Absolutely. Hastings along from Brighton.
Mm-hmm.
Normal so far. Normal. Drag haulage. Listen, we're going to need a Pantechnicon to get our drag. I think I'm now up to 9 or 11 wigs. I think you're nearly there as
I'm
well.
nearly there.
A friend came. Well, we're going to get light now, Linda. We're going to get light and fluffy again.
Yeah.
So for the last 19 minutes, we're going to be just absolutely fabulous. I've been gifted so much jewelry this week. It's not even funny. All costume jewelry, of course, but so much jewelry this week.
You can't wear the real things, can you?
No. My insurance won't cover it. They're in the vault at the towers in London. Yes.
The crown.
So we do have a lot of drag, and when you're a boy doing drag, you cannot even believe how many undergarments there are involved. It's not just a bra. There's things to pull you in, there's things to lift you, there's things to tuck you, there's
lumps and bumps.
Accentuate. We've got pads, and not in that sanitary way. We've got bum pads and hip pads and all sorts of things. Your body shape, as a woman, your body shape is very different from a man. Women have hips and bums, and they are accentuated to give the illusion, wink wink, of an hourglass figure. And as a boy, that don't exist. And as a boy, I have a big tummy because of my medication. And so to try and pull that in and then lift and tuck and shave and pluck, oh my Buddha, I cannot even tell you. I cannot even begin to tell you how my preparation for drag has been affected by the sheer amount of things that need to happen before you can put on a face and be fabulous. So,
I had to show you how to put a bra on properly, didn't I?
Absolutely. And I own a modelling agency. I should know about things like that. But Pepper showed me the quick way to do it and how you can do it on your own without having to ask everyone to help you out. So yes, haulage, absolutely. Both a fetish and a Colin Farrell. Right, okay. Do unto others. You still don't have a tiara. Honey, 69th hair flick. That's my hair flick tonight. It's controlled. A tiara is actually on the way, Anita. You will see. To Roos. Roos, R-O-O-S. I know that's obviously not what you wanted to spell, Ruth, but R-O-O-S in Afrikaans means rose, as in the flower. So thank you for giving me 2 roses. Tonight's been great. Thank you, lovelies. It's a pleasure. We've had to chat away tonight. Anita, we need to meet up for a quick drink.
Ruth, Tindering again.
Ruth, I love reading your comments because it's like, what's the next sentence going to say?
I reckon it's cryptic, and it's actually kind of like some decoding system that they have to go through. It's like, we bomb the cafe at midnight.
Decipher. So in these last 15 minutes, we'd like to hear from you.
Yeah.
What would you like to see on our show? Now, we're going to have, obviously, standard, we're going to have drag guests. We're going to interview them about their drag, their process, etc. We want to speak to wig stylists. We've got some wig stylists lined up. We want to speak to makeup artists, jewelry makers, costume makers, etc. for drag. But this show is also about you. So what would you like to see us chat about? What topics would you like to go to? Obviously, we need to keep it fun and frivolous. Performance is limited because of copyright, guys. We would love to perform for you, but it's very disheartening as an artist to think that you're singing to an audience only to watch the film back and to find out that halfway through you were muted by Facebook.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And we just, it wouldn't be a full show if you just saw us like.
Well, it could be a puppet. You could put your hand up the skirt and make your lips move. Sure, honey. That was in response to Ruth, I think.
She's talking about strippers as well.
Corsets are much easier. Corsets are easy. However, Janice, I discovered when I wore a corset a couple of weeks back that because of the boning, the corset pushed down toward my groin and pushed up underneath my fake breasts, which aren't cheap. They're actually silicone, and I was very concerned I was going to pop a breast that night. But I've since found is it a cincher?
Yes.
What I'm wearing now? The hook and eye cinchers, which are a bit like scuba diving fabric.
Yeah, it's
like a rubberized strip.
Waist training things, aren't they, that they wear in gyms and stuff.
And it helps with weight loss and sort of sweating it out, I suppose. So to sit here in the evenings, I have converted to my cincher, which pulls me in. Lots of people wanting strippers, rippling men. Howard, yes, you can use royalty-free music, but as soon as it sounds anything like the original, they will mute you because it's not actual people. It's like little robots in the Facebook thing. It's got to do with algorithms and stuff. So we have looked into that. We've looked into anything we could do to bring you a live show sooner, an actual performance, which is why we then settled on a talk show format, because we couldn't do what we'd like to do, and we didn't want to have to wait until February to be able to perform. So we kind of, took the best of what we could do. But absolutely, it's been a great evening. Really enjoyed it. Thank you both. We've not gone anywhere, Liz. I suppose she wants to be first in
the troops.
Liz wants to be first in the queue to get your autograph out the stage door. You see, I know Liz. She's wanting to get your autograph. Janice, ouch girl. No, corsets are good. Corsets are really good, and they do cinch. As a boy, they cinch. They do pull you in. They help
your back too.
They do help your back as well. But it is said that the metal corsets are the best for boys to use because the plastic boning, I suppose it is, plastic boning or rubber boning, whatever it is, isn't as...
It's all about boning with you.
It's all about boning, honey. It's about the boning. I just don't know where to go with that.
Yeah.
Ladies don't sweat. No, we glisten? Glisten.
Yes.
Oops. Show Fanny cooking.
Nobody wants to see Fanny cooking.
Nobody wants to see Fanny cooking. One has to have at least an apron on. But besides that, Fanny's actually at a wedding this evening at a wedding reception, one to which we were originally invited, but with numbers dwindling, we volunteered to come off the list of guests because I had to be here anyway, and also they were limited for the amount of guests they could have at the reception, and it is just easier to go, you know what, have a great evening, guys. But Fanny will be back. Fanny will actually be one of our murder mystery guests. She's performing with us in our murder mystery. So there's something you've heard tonight that other people don't know about. Our first guest for our murder mystery is Fanny Craddock.
Hope she won't bring that chicken.
Liz, hi. Jazz hands, Pepper. Ooh. I want a selfie as well as an autograph. Of course you do. Absolutely. Like a good bone. Oops. Ruth, you have no idea. I did it once when I was much larger. I remember you in the corset, Janet. You came to the club one night in a corset. I do remember. Your puppies looked fantastic that night. I do remember that.
Your art.
I do remember that. And Janice has said it. She was a big girl. She wasn't a tiny girl. She had some meat on her bones. And she had the most gorgeous corset, and it really lifted and pulled everything together. It looked really fantastic. I remember that, Janice. I do. In the future, the lottery.
Oh. Go on, they're going to give us the numbers.
What are these obscure messages coming through? You can tell we're winding down because people are getting. Oh, you know what? They've had too much tea. They've had too much tea.
Yes, it's a. Let's just press whatever.
Just press a key, any key. So, boys and girls, ladies and gents, if you haven't seen our part for funding, here it is. Donations for this evening can be made at paypal.me/10ladieslarge. Donations be used towards developing our show's content and assist with the funding of our company.
Especially if we're doing tours.
Yes, because we actually have some sound equipment, but we want to buy more sound equipment. We'd actually like to buy some lighting because it takes a lot of work to look this good. We've bought a green screen for other people to use, of course, not for ourselves.
Yeah.
It doesn't exist directly behind us over here. No. That's weird because it actually feels 3D. Oh, that's really weird. Oh no.
I thought you were doing a fanny then, putting your hand right through it.
Do you know what I've sounded like? I sounded like the boys from Little Britain.
I'm related, don't you know?
Linda says in the future she wants Fanny cooking.
Yes.
We've actually spoken, Linda, all joking aside, we've actually spoken with Fanny about that. We've spoken with her about doing a cooking segment, and I will quote her directly. She said there's no fucking way she is shaving her moustache off every week to do a 5-minute segment on our show. So we have rebutted, we have gone back to her and said, couldn't we do some pre-records, and she could send us videos of different pre-records so she could get dressed one day and do several cooking demonstrations, and she's working on that. So thank you for your suggestion. It is actually in the pipeline. Absolutely. Yes, and laugh. Oh, she's just speaking in rhyme now.
Is the link on our page for donations?
The link is down here for donations at the bottom here.
It's scrolling along the bottom.
Scrolling along the bottom of your screen. If you wanted to... There we go. Look at those gorgeous nails. If you wanted to purchase a backstage ticket for next week, the 17th, those are available on Lady Martinique's page. You need to really go and like all 3 pages, ladies and gents. I know it sounds like a bum, but you need to go and like all 3 pages because we post different things to different sites at different times. I, of course, have Lady Martinique, Pepper has Pepper Spray, and we have 10 Ladies at Large combined. Similarly, on Instagram, we have exactly the same. And whilst we both assist in the management of all 3 pages, it is nice to get your own personal messages on your page, and we try not to read each other's messages, but you know, every now and again when Pepper gets too many messages of love, I just delete them. Oops, did I say that?
And if you ever see it where I've asked myself a really stupid question,
it's me. Because, you know, I can channel Pepper.
Anyone would think you're a medium like Martin.
I'm not a medium, I'm a XXL. I'm also not gay, my husband is. For donations. The donations, my darling, are just here at the bottom of the page as we are right now.
So PayPal.
So you can just go to paypal.me/10ladies at large, and it'll ask you what size donation you want to put in. There are no pre-decided amounts. You can donate £1. Do you know that if every single person that watched last week's show donated £1, we'd have £1,900? Like, I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but it's true. If everybody just donated £1, we'd be nearly £2,000 richer. Well, our company would, because we would seriously invest the money in our drag.
Yeah.
The makeup, the hair, the everything it's all coming out of our own pockets at the moment, and we're not actually making any money from shows to substantiate that and to what do you call it? Restock our equipment.
Yes, because you go through a hell of a lot of makeup.
Oh, and wet wipes and things. What are those things? Makeup wipes.
Yes.
Wet wipes. Makeup wipes.
You might go through a lot of wet wipes.
Oh, you do look so good. Loving the look.
Aww.
Good night. Night, Ruth. Oh, tonight, maybe? Thank you. We try. 3:30 Old Night's Eve at 58. You made the meters and meters of underchill. Yes, I did. Moving on. I made lots and lots and lots of decor for those nightclubs. Thank you. No donation, you. Ruth, I love you.
It's that time of night for Ruth.
Oh, no donation for us tonight, but she's going to get it. She's written another message. She's written but love you, and we'll get a backstage pass. Amazing. We'll see you next week backstage, Ruth. Thank you so much. Please, guys, we're not insisting on donations. We're not begging for donations. It's just if people do feel inclined and they would like to help out, that's one way you can help out. And actually, we had people asking if they could do a donation, which is the only reason why we've actually constructed this. But we try to leave it at the bottom of the page and ignore it. We have had 1 or 2 donations already, and it's been lovely. We've bought a non-green screen for our non-fake backdrop.
Yeah.
How do you like our drawing room? Do you like our drawing room?
Oh, we might go somewhere else next
week. We might
go
somewhere else next week. We might come to you from another room in the house. In the manor.
Yes, in the manor house.
Petticoat. I remember I made you that petticoat. Backstage pass. Has Fifi gone? Got a show next Friday and you beautiful ladies on Saturday. So the weekend is sorted. Fifi's also got a show on Wednesday night. She's got her Loose Lips with Fiona Flange on next Wednesday night. And I think she's fixed how she is producing that show because there was a problem the night I was a guest on the show. Heidi says good night.
No, night Heidi.
Still have the
whole get up.
I hope that says whole get up. The creamy whole cry up. Moving on. Leaf.
Aww.
Jonas. Still the whole. There we go. Yes. Phew. Much better. You should put it on your page. Yeah, we can do. We certainly can do. Thank you, Heidi. We will do that. We'll put it on the Tenor Ladies at Large page, though. If you wanted to give Pepper or myself donations, we are working on our own personal PayPal.me links, and we can certainly do that. But at the moment, we're trying to do for the good of the company, for the good of our, because the two of us. Yes, we can get some money out of it, but it's for really funding the company.
Yeah, we want to kind of give you guys the best versions of ourselves as we can do. So
good entertainment, but it costs money. Don't do PayPal. Any other way of donating?
Checks, bank transfers.
You could do a bank transfer, but the problem is you'd have to do it to my Voy account or your girl account.
Or you can do like my grandma used to do and sell £8 coins inside a card.
Linda, we can come back to you on that. We can certainly come back to you on that. I realise that not everybody does PayPal, but universally it is the most acceptable format, and it is kind of.
But you can do transfers on online banking.
Yes, you can do.
So maybe private message.
One of us.
We can get that sorted for you.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you so much for your question. Can Selena Bell sing goodnight?
She's
asleep. She can't because she's fast asleep here on my lap, first of all. And second of all, I have a neighbour. I know we say we're from the manor house, but these walls are paper thin. And my neighbour likes to make a noise. I don't like to make a noise back.
Is that Robbie Williams?
But if you want to see Selena Bell sing live, Anita, come and visit us. Come visit.
Oh, imagine that! Imagine the day we could have people live in the house with us.
People could be live, watching live. Yes, little seat in the drawing room. PO address.
Address?
Post office address. Postal address. You mean postal address? Where would they send stuff to? Here, because you're going to move. You can send stuff to here.
To the manor house.
Heidi, if you're looking for the postal address, then why not just pop me a message at Lady Martinique, and I can certainly send that to you. But yes, we can both receive mail here, or gifts, or goodies, or makeup parcels,
anything you want us to
or strippers, or Tom Hardy, or anything like that. If you want to just send it straight here, make sure it's refrigerated, because a hot pot needs to be kept cool. And we can certainly test drive anything. In fact, Anita has already sent us some gifts, sorry, to Lady Martinique. She did actually genuinely she sent a parcel to Lady Martinique. And I got such a fright, I thought that my husband had sent it. And I was like, why are you using my drag name? And then he killed himself laughing when I opened it and went, oh, it's from Anita. So
No,
Anita
I would actually love to see that with the name and then Martinique Manor and then the address. I would love to see the look on your postman's face.
Postman would be so confused. He would. Amazing. So Anita says, I will come visit with some lovely brownies, or we could all do lunch or dinner. Absolutely. We could do a drag brunch. Apparently they're all the rage at the moment. But it confuses me because they say they're doing a drag brunch, but it starts at 4 in the afternoon. Isn't brunch like breakfast and lunch? I get confused. These drag
for those
queens
that wake up after 10 o'clock.
Well, you see, drag queens don't go to sleep until 6 in the morning usually, so they're all nighters. But by that stage, we are curled up in bed next to our respective husbands. Right, last couple of messages. Liz says, where do you get your makeup? Amazon.
Superdrug, Boots, Wilkinson's, anywhere that's cheap.
Most of mine I got on Amazon, but I have been gifted, I was genuinely gifted some gorgeous eyeshadow palettes. I got some makeup gifted to me from Unique, which is a makeup brand. So people have actually gifted us makeup as well. But anyway you can find it. But Liz, I would say, I mean, I know it doesn't look like much on my face. I'm not going to speak for Pepper, but on my face, I would say, I try and these are all actually good quality products. I've just caked them on into drag fashion. So there's actually an eye primer underneath all this eyeshadow.
Layers and layers and layers.
Because given my age and doing drag now at my age, I don't want to end up with skin that is going to be awful. After this, we take all the makeup off and then I actually shower again, and then I'll cleanse, tone and moisturize my face before going to bed, because I don't want the makeup to have a negative effect on our skin.
Mm-hmm. Or wake up in the morning.
Don't worry, Pepper, I'll send you a present.
Oh,
of course you will. Oh, can I have some? Have some what? What do you want, Ruth? You can have whatever you want. Night. I don't know what you want though, but you can have some.
Probably Horlicks.
Okay. I'd love a drag brunch. As you know, I'm awake all night. Absolutely. Absolutely, Nita. We are too. Nita, in actual fact, maybe we'll phone you after this.
Ooh.
Shall we phone you after this? Love you both. Thank you for an evening.
Love you too, Ruth.
Good night. God bless, Ruth. Amazing evening. Thanks, ladies and gents. We've actually just gone over the 2-hour mark, which makes up for us being late. Well, me. Pepper was ready. I wasn't. Thank you so much for joining us. Please take care of yourselves and each other. And we so look forward to seeing you next week. We have definitely got Claire Midia on next week and another surprise guest. We will be putting up a write-up on Claire and some photos of her. So we are going to try and preempt our evenings by having things going up each day relating to the event taking place on the Saturday. Don't forget, you can get your backstage passes. You can make donations. If you want our postal address, please send us a message. If you want to send us any messages, try and send them to Tenor Ladies at Large. So it's a universal page then, unless you want to message us personally for a personal reason. But as a company, send it to us at Tenor Ladies at Large. Donations you can certainly send us, and or any information. Birthday messages we'd like to see, messages of you with your cups of tea, anything else you'd like to send us, please do go ahead and send it. And we shall look forward to seeing you all next week. Those of you with backstage passes, don't forget, anytime from 6 you can join us, and we will see you then. Anita, you didn't say yes or no, so we're going to still phone you anyway. Okay, much love. Bye. See you all next week. And don't behave. We want to read all about it in the papers. Full front.